I come from Marruecos, Casablanca. I saw a lot of stuff happen to a lot of good people. And I saw a lot of bad guys make it big, and I called my uncle back in the United States. He told me I got a visa for you, so sometimes it gets scary, man, you know. A lot of cocaine. Some people sniff it, some people sell it. A lot of cartel, you know. You find a lot of people here. Double XL. Right now we on our way to Malibu. Go check on Puff real quick. I just got back from out of town. We just left my house. That's where we had the photo shoot at. Usually last year around the same time, which is Ramadan right now, we had a house on Malibu, which I think is the best place to have a house at. You know, in the summertime, if you're in LA, if you try to enjoy the beach, enjoy yourself. Well, Ramadan is something I was born into, as being born a Muslim, and it's the holy month. It comes once a year, and you basically need a lot of discipline because your work don't stop. See, a lot of people like to sleep on Ramadan, you know, wake up 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock right before it's time to eat. But it doesn't count if you do it like that. So you have to keep your daily schedule.
Exit 36, Canaan Road.
And you go on, you know, every day like your normal life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of respect to the people that do it. You know, but I think it takes a lot of energy, a lot of spirit. You know, you have to be really focused. Like you can't do a lot of things you do throughout the year. As far as women, you cannot sleep with no woman unless she's your wife. You cannot attempt to eat in your mind. I guess that temptation got to be out of your head. No matter how hungry you are, no matter how horny you are, it don't matter how, you know, if you curse, it doesn't count. You know, you have to have real discipline. I mean, there's certain days that's more important than the others, like the 1st, the 15th, and the 27th. Those are the power nights, especially the 27th. You know, that's a night where I usually pray all night, all the way till the morning. They say that's the only night where the heaven gates is open, where God forgive you for all your sins. That's a night where I usually go to the mosque and hear grown men crying. You know, I feel it's a very important night to all the Muslims that fast Ramadan. My religion played a big role in my success. First of all, because it's just about doing positive. You know, that's what I love about my religion. It's about doing positive. That's why I'm scared of people that don't have no religion. You know, I mean, I was born into it. And it's just, you know, you fear not doing the right thing. Every religion you believe in a higher power, I don't really think is I don't really think it's a difference. You know, it's either you believe in Jesus or believe in, you know, I mean, whatever you is, you Jehovah, you know. But I just feel like, you know, me born into Muslim, which I have a personal relationship with Allah and Muhammad Rasulullah, I just feel like everything that's in the Quran, everything that's in our lives every day, which is Ramadan, which is, you know, give to the poor, which is, you know, prayer, which is, you know, I feel like, you know, we molded to do the right thing. And when it goes into my music, when it goes into my lifestyle, it just kind of helped me sleep sane. It helped me, you know, sleep at night. As far as the shooting in Orlando, as far as everything that Donald Trump's saying about ISIS, about Muslims, I feel like he's really looking at everyone as a whole when he should really be separating Muslims, because ISIS is like how Bloods is. It's like how Crips is, right? Just because Crip live in the neighborhood doesn't mean that the whole neighborhood is going around shooting people and gangbanging, you know. And I feel like ISIS, if you really look into ISIS, that 80% of the crime they commit is against Muslim people. You know, so I feel like a lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people, you know, is ignorant to learning about, you know, the Muslim culture and learning about what ISIS stand for. I feel like they stand for corruption, but it's also gangbanging stand for corruption. Also is, you know, Also MS-13. Also, you know, you can't just judge the whole Mexicans because they got MS-13 over there. Oh, we're not gonna let black people in the United States because there's Bloods and Crips. You know, it's just is an organized, you know, it's an organized gang, and they just have more ammunition, more power, more, you know, than some. But at the end of the day, most of their crime is against Muslim people. I mean, ISIS really went to war with Iraq, which is the heart of the Muslim. You know, they go to war with each other. They killing each other. You know, that's what I feel about it. For me, what being positive means is just being able to sleep at night, being able not to do wrong towards the people, unless the people deserve it. Now, I'm not the most positive person. I wouldn't say that, but it's been able to work for me because I don't do wrong towards nobody unless I feel like they've done wrong to me. And sometimes I'll even let it go, you know? And I think to help me get this house, or help me get my other house, or help me get this car, or just help me being able to be blessed to have my family, or, you know, just be able to be blessed to have everybody straight. You know, sometimes some people might not be happy, but everybody's healthy, everybody, you know, living good, everybody, you know, in a great situation. I feel like I just got to do with my blessings. I've been looking for houses for about 2 years in LA, like 3 years. And I just been renting houses. You know, every month I was spending about $30,000 a month. By the time the year comes, I'm spending $500,000 renting houses. You know, so I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So I was just around the area, and a friend of mine just found it. And they were like, yo, you know, Selena's selling her house. I guess it's her second house she's selling. We went to go see it, and she was listing it for about $5 million or 4.5. I got in contact with her personally, me and her started talking. You know, where I come from, I learned, you know, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So long story short, we got the house down like $1 million and some change. Being in this house with no Chinx with us, I mean, because I remember buying my first house, you know, I was so excited. I took him there with no furniture in the house, no nothing. Just walked him all around. I said, yeah, bro. You know, it was my first house. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I mean, I feel like I made it. That was like my first house over $1 million. So I took him all around. He was just telling me, damn, bro, I can't wait till it's my turn. I mean, he already had got a house to move his family out the hood, but you know, I knew what he meant. Yeah, so for sure, this one, I know if I'd have brought him to this one, he'd have just been like, boy, you did it this time. You know, so I always picture what he'd be saying in the back of my head. My general take on everything that happened with Chinx is that for me to just be careful about my own life. Just know that there's nobody there that's gonna do justice. You know what I'm saying? Better than the justice you're gonna do for yourself by not being around the wrong areas. Just, you know, I feel like police only gonna do what they can. And, you know, at the end of the day, look, even with Tupac, Biggie, even with, you know, there's a lot of artists that the cases still haven't been solved. And it's a sad situation because, you know, 5 in the morning, back blocks, this and that. You know, you can't really point fingers and, you know, people shooting through cars and things like that. Last time we saw each other was in LA. It was just, we was all here. We were supposed to be going to Vegas. Me, him, Chloe, Malika, everybody. We was all supposed to go to Vegas and he just canceled. Like last minute, he canceled, everybody canceled. It was like a bad vibe weekend. So we just got the phone call when I was in Europe. I have nothing but love for his mother. I mean, at the end of the day, it's his mother, you know? I just felt like she was just asking me for questions that I don't have no answers for. You know, I mean, me and her never had personal relationship like that, you know? I just feel like it hurt me more for her not to see that I was hurt by losing my brother, you know? And for her to just tell me I'm not his father. I mean, I understand she was upset and everything, but me and her never had no personal relationship. I think we spoke like one time before that. You know, they say sometimes God gives you everything but takes something away, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody went through it. My brother Puff went through it with Biggie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people I know went through it. Waka went through it. You know, Lil Durk went through it. You know, I just feel like sometimes the life we're caught up in, some of us make it out, some of us don't. As far as everything that's been going on, you know, shot Shout out to his baby mother. Me and her been in crazy contact. You know, she been coming through everywhere and showing us love with the babies. You know, I love Lil Nugget. I love when I see him. And as far as his mother, man, I feel like my mother would probably do the same thing. You know, if my mother was the same shoes as his mother, because I just feel like they believe that this world that we in is not the world we're supposed to be in. They feel like it's full of negativity. Every time we out at night, they're praying for us. You know, and I just feel like this is the only way we had to feed our family. You know, because at the end of the day, you don't want to see a mother working 24 hours. You don't want to go out there and slay no drugs. You don't want to, you know, do nothing that's gonna, you know, affect your life in a more fucked up way. By you going to jail, by you doing. So I feel like music is our escape route, you know. But so much jealousy and envy and hate out there that you don't see it coming sometimes, because you show love to everybody. Chinx was showing love to everybody, you know. The way it went down is because of him showing love to somebody. Him going to a hookah spot at 4 in the morning in Brooklyn. Like, who does that? You know, but that's Chinx, you know. Chinx is just, when he meets you, he give you his all, you know. And shout out to his mother, having nothing but love for her. And hopefully the police will bring us some justice. And yeah, man, Mac and Cheese 4, that was something that me and him, he's a part of it. He's on there. Me and him and Max got a song that we did together, that Harry Fraud put together. So I'll be able to hear my brother on there. I feel like Max B just, man, it comes like every decade somebody come out like that. That's just special to the music. That whatever he says is gonna last forever, whatever. It's just like, he was born for this, you know? Shout out to everybody that been showing Max the love, man. I just feel like Max created something that's undeniable. You know what Max created? Max created that. You know, some of us choose to serve, some of us choose to boogie through it, some of us, you know. Definitely, shout out to Max. Yeah, I feel like as far as me getting myself involved with Chloe and myself involved, you know, in their world, I feel like they have their own world. I feel like all the young girls want to look like the Kardashians, you know. I feel like they have their own followers, and me just stepping into their world, I feel like it brought me to their world. But I feel like that doesn't have nothing to do with my music. You know, I feel like it can overshadow your music a little bit. You know, it's reality TV, and I feel like everybody have their thing. Like, I won't make money off of that. I'm making money off my music, but it's not gonna be, you know, that. And I feel like they're a beautiful family, you know. I feel like it's always gonna overshadow your music when you're Chloe's boyfriend, where it's like Kim's husband, where it's like, you know, Kyla's boyfriend, Tiger, where it's like, you know, I feel like for that year that me and her was together, I feel like it did happen like that, you know, because, like I said, they big, you know, it's like, they big, so being involved with them, it kind of puts you in this one box that everybody's able to take shots at you, which I feel bad for them because that's their whole life. You know, like Kylie and Ken do, like they never had a chance to be normal people. You know what I'm saying? Like they were born into the cameras, which I feel bad about it. Me just being involved with her for a year is kind of, you know? And I feel like people don't have no filter. Like even with Kanye and Kim, like people don't have no filter, and whatever comes to their mind, they're gonna say it. You become the person that's getting crucified, that's hanging off the cross, you know? So, which is cool, but when you're somebody that's not used to it, up to that level, I feel like, you know, it's kind of shake you away from your music, you know? My other focus besides music, I just finished shooting a movie. It's called Respect the Shooter. It's me, Chris Brown, Michael K. Williams, shot to Spiff TV, Zach, Cuban the Hunter. I feel like they took my time away to spend a whole year and a half to shoot this, which is kind of dope because I executive produced it, and it's not like no bootleg, like, you know. So I feel like, you know, finally hit the big theaters. Right now I feel like hip hop as a whole, I feel like it's in a great space. Everybody's selling records, there's a lot of competition. I feel like when I fall into it, I just bring that, you know, that East Coast flavor. That French Montana. I don't know why I stand out with it. I having fun with it. I bring that fun to it. I bring that, you know, that vibe. that Coke boy wave, that, you know, that Montana swag. And you know, my new album, Mac and Cheese 4, you already know what it is, about to come out. I don't work with J-Lo, I don't work with Jay-Z, I don't work with Miley Cyrus, I don't work with, you name them, I done been on their singles, you know? But this is my first time I feel like I get a chance to put my album right there and let people, you know, make that choice that I am that guy. You know, that's why Montana stays on top. That's why we stays the most relevant. That's why we stays the waviest. We stays the flyest. We stay in the flyest cars. And you can't tell me nobody busting these moves out here, especially in Hollywood, better than your boy Montana. Double XL, I love y'all.
Why do you have a monkey?
Why I have a monkey? Because Michael Jackson was the only one to get a monkey. And I said, wow, I need a monkey. But you know what? Monkeys always like humans to me. I felt like I used to watch movies. I used to know a couple people that had them. And every time I was around them, I used to interact with them. They felt like humans to me. They felt like, you know, they know when you're sad, they know when you're happy, they know when you're drunk, so they start, I just feel like it's a vibe. And if you can't get one, get one. I promise you. You would thank me later. Shout out to my monkey, Julius Caesar. I love you. I can't wait to see you.